Barcelona's return to the renovated Spotify Camp Nou expected in May this year. Joan Laporta dreams of a big transfer signing for this grand occasion. From time to time, the media mentions star names that could strengthen Barça for the next season. Today we will reveal who the real star signing will be, and our conclusion will surprise you. Let's begin. The current Barcelona is a dream team for Hansi Flick. Every player fights for a spot in the starting lineup, creating a pleasant headache for the coach as everyone gives their best in training. Name a position in the starting 11 that requires a 50 to 100 million euro investment. The moment you ask yourself this question, everything becomes clear. This is a team that does not need transfers right now. A shocking revelation when talking about Barcelona. Flick and his coaching staff have truly worked wonders. The German coach wasn't joking when he said that Barça has a complete squad and that the staff must maximize the existing roster. Here's what the club's sporting director Deco said in a recent interview about the last player who could have realistically joined Barça. Yes, we discussed the possibility of signing Rashford, but we weren't looking for a player out of necessity. We knew that some injured players would return and others would regain form. If he had joined, it would have been good, but it was not a priority. Had Ansu Fati left the club, Rashford's loan for 6 months would have happened. However, the squad is already packed with talent and top players. To identify this star transfer, we need to predict the squad situation for next season and who might leave the team. Despite signing a contract extension, Ronald Araujo remains a player who could leave the club to secure a starting spot elsewhere. Currently, he is losing the competition to Cubarsí and Íñigo, and even Eric Garcia's position looks better than that of Barça's former defensive leader. Another potential departure is Andreas Christensen, who has been dealing with injuries all season. His contract expires in the summer of 2026, he will turn 29, and a transfer seems 100% certain. Due to the uncertain situation around Araujo and Christensen's expected departures, Barcelona is planning to sign Bayer Leverkusen's centre-back Jonathan Tah. He will become a free agent in the summer, and his salary demands will not be an issue, especially compared to rumours linking Barça with Virgil van Dijk, whose contract is also expiring. Now, let's discuss another player constantly linked with our club, Joshua Kimmich. His contract and wages are too expensive for Barcelona, and the board believes investing in young talent is a better strategy. Regarding the fullback positions, there are some questions. Koundé and Balde are undisputed starters and have significantly improved. Their main backups are 18-year-old Hector Fort and 22-year-old Gerard Martin. While there are fewer doubts about Fort's potential, Martin's future remains uncertain. Alex Val, who impressed during pre-season and had a strong loan spell at Celtic, will return in the summer. He is currently playing for Como under Cesc Fabregas. A swap is possible, Martin out, Valle in. Overall, in defense, the only expected signing is Jonathan Tah. Koundé, Fort and Araujo can play at right back, Cubarsí, Íñigo, Garcia, Araujo and Tah in central defense, and Balde, Valle and Fort at left back. Before moving on to the midfield, let's discuss the goalkeeper situation. Marc-André ter Stegen may return in April. Wojciech Szczęsny has been in such great form that the German keeper might have to forget about his number 1 status. Iñaki Peña is the second player most likely to leave after Christensen. However, this will not be an issue for Barça, as Barça Athletic has a highly talented American goalkeeper, Diego Kochen. Moving on to the midfield, there will be no major transfers here either, as Barcelona is overflowing with talent and top players in this area. For the 2025-26 season, the outstanding defensive midfielder Marc Bernal will come back after the injury. Meanwhile, Marc Casado and Frenkie de Jong continue competing for a starting spot. De Jong has improved so much that the club wants to extend his contract. De Jong's situation is one of the key factors shaping Barça's transfer policy for next season. He has the highest salary at the club, his contract expires in 2026, and the coming months will bring crucial news. In May, Frenkie turns 28 and he must decide, either sign a new deal with lower terms or choose his next club. We believe the first option is more likely. Gavi and Pedri have signed new contracts until the summer of 2030, making their departures impossible. Dani Olmo's contract registration for next season should go smoothly, so no surprises here either. Fermín López is highly sought after in the transfer market, but he has a Blaugrana heart and is expected to stay. Pablo Torre, however, is the top candidate to leave due to a lack of playing time. His departure will bring in funds and won't be an issue, as Barça Athletic has a rising superstar, Guille Fernandez, cousin of Toni Fernandez, who is just as versatile as Torre. Finally, the attack, the area where we can expect the real star signing. The first team currently has 6 forwards: Yamal, Rafinha, Lewandowski, Ferran, Ansu and Pau Victor. The latter two are struggling for game time, making them likely departures in the summer. Ansu Fati's situation is even more complicated due to his high wages, and Barcelona will actively work on his exit. The other 4 players are untouchable. Lewandowski's contract expires in 2026 with an option to extend for another year, so he will start next season at Barça. Yamal, Rafinha are in talks for new contracts, while Ferran Torres remains important as an alternative to Lewandowski. For a long time, the club considered Athletic Bilbao's Nico Williams as the next star signing. However, his performance this season does not justify a €60 million transfer, 30 games, 4 goals, 5 assists. Milan's Rafael Leão has been another exciting option for Laporta. His stats are better, 33 games, 9 goals, 7 assists, but Sport.es claims he isn't the right fit for Barça due to his playing style and price tag. Leão is a winger with immense physical and technical abilities, but he lacks defensive commitment and an understanding of team play. He focuses on individual actions more than collective contribution and participates in the team system only when he has possession of the ball. Spending around €100 million on a player like Leão would be a step away from Barcelona's philosophy under Flick, which is based on collective commitment and the idea of a cohesive team. Marcus Rashford is a potential summer target, but Aston Villa has an option to buy his contract, making the move unlikely. As for strikers, Barcelona is monitoring Victor Gyökeres, Sporting CP, Alexander Isak, Newcastle, and Jonathan David, Lille. The first two cost at least €100 million. Newcastle even wants €150 million for Isak. Given that Barça already has Lewandowski and Ferran in top form, such spending is unnecessary. Jonathan David is a great free agent option, but does not qualify as a star signing. And this is where an interesting moment arises. The next season could be marked by the return of legends to the club, Neymar and Messi. At the moment, their transfers are not being taken seriously, but if we analyze the squad situation in the first team and the club's overall circumstances, it turns out that these hypothetical comebacks could be the very star signings Laporta dreams of in connection with the return to Spotify Camp Nou. The necessity of such a transfer is also financially justified. Messi or Neymar jerseys would sell at an incredible rate and would also bring additional sponsorship revenue to Barça. Moreover, both players are very familiar with the club and team culture, making these ideal transfers in terms of adaptation. The fact that these players could join for 6 months or a year is an ideal scenario, considering Lewandowski's situation and the club's ongoing challenges with FFP compliance, which remains complicated. What fuels the rumors about Messi and Neymar's potential return? Let's start with Messi. At the end of January, Relevo published an article quoting David Beckham. "I would love for Messi to live in Miami when he retires, but Leo told me he only thinks about life near Camp Nou. No player loves Barcelona as much as he does. You can see the Barça crest on his leg and even on his water bottle." This statement is accompanied by a key factor. Messi still hasn't signed an extension with Inter Miami, and his contract expires on December 31st, 2025. The Catalan newspaper El Nacional reports that GOAT wants a special clause in his new contract that would allow him to play for Barcelona once the MLS season ends. The only obstacle to this possible transfer is the strained relationship between Laporta and Messi. However, they might reconcile for the sake of giving the club's greatest player a proper farewell at the renovated Spotify Camp Nou. Another potential last dance story could unfold with Neymar. Cadena Ser reports that the Brazilian dreams of regaining his form and returning to Europe next season. His preferred destination is Barcelona, and he has wanted to return since his time in Paris. Right now, Ney is rediscovering his best version at Santos, where he is truly enjoying football. In our opinion, Neymar is the top candidate for Laporta's star signing next season. If he regains top form in Brazil and maintains discipline, he would fit perfectly into Hansi Flick's Barcelona for several reasons. First, Neymar would be highly motivated to bid farewell to Barcelona on a high note after his controversial departure in the summer of 2017. Even if it's just a one-season contract, the Brazilian would give 200%. The key question is his fitness. How committed is Neymar to working hard? Flick does not make exceptions for anyone. However, Neymar has another major motivation, the 2026 World Cup. He wants to fulfill his lifelong dream of winning the trophy for Brazil. We all saw the form he reached before the Qatar World Cup. This could be the same scenario. Neymar is 33 years old. At this age, Messi and Cristiano were still at the top level. If Neymar wants to make a final statement in his career, returning to Barcelona and settling into a stable environment could give him an astronomical boost. The financial aspect of Neymar's transfer would not be an issue for the club. He would arrive as a free agent and likely request an average salary. If Ansu Fati leaves, Neymar could take over his €10 to €14 million contract, plus various marketing and performance-based bonuses. This move would also be inspiring for Lamine Yamal. Our young beast has mentioned multiple times in interviews that Neymar was his biggest idol growing up. Despite skepticism from the fan base, Neymar's arrival would be the perfect star signing for the club considering all circumstances. Do you agree? Share your thoughts in the comments. Leave a like if you'd love to see an epic comeback for either Neymar or Messi.
CULES, subscribe if you are a Barcelona fan. We have a lot of interesting videos about our favorite club. Choose any video from the list and stay tuned to our channel. Visca el Barça! Bye!